What's up, everybody? It's B Sneeze. I decided to do today top five, not really top five, just five artists that I think you should be listening to. A couple of these surprised me because I didn't think they were underground or lesser known, but I looked at the Spotify streams and I kind of used that as like a marker, or like Instagram followers if they were like under 100,000, or they got like under like 400, 500,000 listeners a month, which I guess is kind of a lot, but I'll do more lesser known in the future. I definitely have some for that, but I just figured today I'd talk about artists that I think are really cool and that are not as well known. So I'm not saying these guys are like, oh, you've never heard of these guys? Well, here's a little band called Tame Impala. No, but number one is Underscores. I saw them last October when they came to Chicago, and they were fantastic. I almost kind of basically met them. They handed my friend who was next to me pizza, shout out Abe, and I was just in shock. And the concert was probably my favorite of the year, other than the one I saw in Japan, when I saw Trico. But Wall Socket album, check it out. It's my favorite by them, but genuinely anything is fantastic. Boneyard, aka Fearmonger, is really good. Fishmonger is really good. Like, my favorite song by them is Loan Sharks, but their entire discography is really good. Especially even if you dig like deep, like it's just really good. So I would definitely check them out. They're kind of a hyper pop. They're kind of hard to define. They're hyper pop, but they are really weird in the best way. Second one is Bet Cover. I tried to get a kind of range of things. Bet Cover is probably the least known, especially in the States. Probably the least well known out of everybody here. I think they are incredible. I have been listening to them for the past 2 or 3 years, ever since Jacan came out. I have been following them, but I didn't really latch on to them until last year, and they were one of my most listened to artists last year, by far. Jacan was one of my most listened to albums. Tamago was up there too. Uma, that came out at the end of the year, also up there. So many albums, just front to back bangers. I think my favorite song by them, at least right now, all these songs are my favorites right now, but they change very frequently. Unless it's like my favorite Tyler song, which has been the same since 2017. But for Bet Cover, my favorite song that I think you should check out is Ikato Tako Sanba. It is really cool. Goes so hard. They're a like prog rock Japanese group. For some reason, I found that they're compared a lot to Black Midi, and I kind of get it. But also, they're kind of their own thing. I mean, I don't think by any means like there's no one else like them, but the vocalist is incredible. He is so good, and I will kill to see them live when I'm in Japan later this year. I miss them. I think I was actually in Japan when they were performing, but I was in another city. I don't care where I am this time. I'm going, because them and Trico are my two favorite active Japanese bands. Fishman's number one, but they're not active anymore, unfortunately. Number two, Bickle. Bickle I found at the end of my Japan trip when I was in Sendai, and I'm on the Airbuds app with some of my friends, and I saw my friend listen to Naked on repeat. And I was like, oh, I'll check that out. It looks pretty cool. And I fell in love with the song, and it is one of my most listened to songs of the year last year, and it's still a banger. He has so many good songs. If you want to check out others, he just put out a new EP called Double Eagle, and that EP is awesome. I thought we were just going to get the one song, Hey You, but he gave us Use Your Heart Wisely, which is banger, like legit, like bumping. It bumps, and this guy is super underknown. Like he has like 8,000 followers on on Instagram, and aside from the one song, Naked, which is why I kind of hate to like point out Naked, like it's my favorite song by him, but he has so much other good stuff that nobody talks about, and he is such a cool guy from what I've seen on his Instagram. And you can never really tell how people are through their persona that they put up on social media, but he seems like a really cool guy. He survived like a pretty serious car crash last year where he was like inches away from like losing brain function, but he survived and put out another fantastic record, and I hope he has many more fantastic songs and records to put out, and I cannot wait to see what he has. I hope to see him live soon. I don't remember the last time he was live in my area, but I hope he comes soon. Please come to Chicago, Bickle, please. Number 4, they're probably the most well-known by far, Stereolab. If you don't know Stereolab, you might know a couple of their songs. I wouldn't even be surprised if they were like a TikTok band. My favorite song by them is The Flower Called Nowhere, and I actually found them through the Atlanta TV show that Donald Glover produces. I kind of got more into them last year. They were at least in my top 25 artists, and every one of their albums is fantastic. My favorite is Dots and Loops, but even Marjorie and Eclipse is also really good. I got that on CD. I got Dots and Loops. I got what else do I have? I have a couple other albums on a CD. I think Transient Random Noise Bursts with Announcements. I also have Cobra and Phases Group. I think I also have Group Play Voltage in the Milky Night. Great album titles, but they're really chill. I've tried to get a range of things because Underscores is kind of like new, like internet core. I don't even know how to describe it. It's dubsteppy. It's 2000s emo at points. They are hyperpop at some points. They are all over the place. And if you like Underscores, you should also check out Jane Remover for sure, and Gabby Start. So much good stuff in that like umbrella. And I was so fortunate to see Underscores live. Bet Cover is like a Japanese prog group. Bickle is kind of like a poppy, he's really cool. I'm really bad at describing music. Stereolab is kind of a bossa nova, alternative. Like all their albums are kind of similar, but they're also distinct, and that makes no sense, I know, but they're really, really cool, and they're great. They were great to listen through when I was walking through Inokashira, I think Inokashira Park, whatever park has the Ghibli Museum. I don't want to spread misinformation, but I also can't look right now, so just trust me. Whatever has the Ghibli Museum in Kichijoji, so that was really cool to walk through and listen to that. And then last but not least, number 5 is George Clanton. George Clanton is he started off, I believe, making vaporwave, and he kind of evolved from there, and he kind of still makes vaporwave, but it's like an alternative electronic vaporwave. Like his last 2 albums, Urapaya and Slide, are fantastic. Urapaya I listened to while I was in Japan, and it blew me away. And Slide I listened to also a ton. I saw him also in September when I came back from Japan last year, and he was one of the best live performances I saw. I was so pissed that I had to leave the concert because I was running a 5K the next day, so probably not the best life decision to stay the entire time at a concert and then run a 5K, but next time he comes in, I'm definitely going to check him out. Make It Forever is probably my favorite George Clanton track, but it could go so many different ways. So those are my 5. I hope you guys enjoy. Please check them out. I honestly want to say each of these are green flags. The only one I would say is kind of a yellow flag is Underscores at times. Everyone else really cool. So even my grandma can check them out. So love you, grandma. Love you guys too. Thank you for checking out my video as always. And I hope you guys find some new artists, and I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you again. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.